All right, here we go. Mesozoic. Mesozoic means, meso means middle, zoic means life. So this is the era of middle life. I'm going to put that on my era strip. You can see that it's divided into 1, 2, 3 sections. And so also you can see line number 2 is that constant color of lighter brown against the era, which is darker brown. And so the age is the age of reptiles. And the 3 periods, and you can see from the chart that we have this color brown and then a different tone of brown thanks to Prismacolor pencils, and yet another one delineating the different periods. And so the first period is called the Triassic. That's mostly what we're going to talk about in this short video. Tri means what? Triangle, tricycle. Yes, 3. It means 3. And so Triassic comes from the term 3 layers. The second period is called Jurassic. Jura comes from the Jura Mountains, where these fossils were found. And the third period is called Cretaceous, and that means chalky. So that's the name of our 3 different ages. And so the Mesozoic lasted for 143 million years. And the Earth at this time is still going through tremendous changes. The continents are beginning to break up. They were all together in Pangea when we were talking about the Permian, and they're already starting to break up. And so the land masses are drifting apart and animals are separated. And then by the end of this era, the continents have now separated from one another. Also, the climate is becoming much drier. There's huge deserts that are developing, and lakes and rivers are drying up. So when you were a first year, you studied the external parts of the 5 classes of vertebrae. And as a second year, you studied the body functions of these animals. So let's take the knowledge that we've learned and apply it. Who's going to do best during this time? The water's drying up. Where do fish lay their eggs? Where do amphibians lay their eggs? Reptiles lay their eggs on land. Their eggs are leathery. They can handle that drier heat. And their scaly skin allows them to thrive in the hot, dry climate. Unlike amphibians, they are the ones that really struggle during this time. All right, so I'm going to move down so that we're only looking at the Triassic. And let's talk about what is going on during the Triassic. So let me bring this down. We have our seed ferns, all of our lines we've been working with, and of course we've added to some of them. So let's talk about who is alive right now. So the first dinosaurs, dino means terrible. Dinosaurs, the terrible lizards, appeared such as the Stachyosaurus. There's this guy. And so the first dinosaurs would run around on their hind legs. I'm going to put Stachyosaurus down here on this line. So this line, I hope you can see here, is breaking, and I'm going to put Stachyosaurus here. So those Stachyosaurus was a small meat eater, But there's huge plant-eating dinosaurs like the Brontosaurus. Well, actually, I'm not going to feature Brontosaurus yet. Stegosaurus is coming up, but not yet. Let's see. There's a couple that I'm just going to hold off on. Let's talk about this guy. So this is egg-laying mammal-like reptile, and I have a cool picture of this guy. I'm going to put him on our line here. And where did I see him? Here we are. Okay, look at this dude. Same guy, better picture. Look at that, ferocious. All right, so I'll tell you what they had to say about him in this awesome prehistoric world book. Is that Cynagathus was a wolf-sized cynodont, a dog-toothed reptile. It was a powerful animal with many mammal-like features. Scientists are sure it had hair because they found whisker pits on its fossilized snout. This suggests these animals were probably warm-blooded, as the possession of hair is always associated with warm-blooded mammals. So that guy. And then what else? Oh, this is interesting. So we have aquatic reptiles. So don't confuse this with a fish. This is a reptile. And it had fins instead of legs. Let's see here. We're going to put him down in the water here. And also club mosses are still flourishing. So here's a picture of the Stachyosaurus with some club moss nearby. That mammal-like reptile. I feel like there was one more. Oh yes, this was a neat picture of that animal. Here it is. So you can see where the water's drying up, and many of the early dinosaurs are on land at this time. But in that water that's drying up, you can see the reptile, the aquatic reptiles. And there was another one coming out of the water up here. All right. So I'm going to go right on to the Jurassic. I'll see you in just a sec. Oh, wait. We can't stop talking. Wait. We have conifers. All right. Let's talk about conifers for just a moment. So they're up here on our plant line. So during the late Permian period, the most important plants were the tree ferns and the lycopods, and these were the coal-forming swamp plants that could not live in the dry climates of the Triassic. But the conifers and the ginkgos survived the Permian mass extinction, and these seed cone plants were much more able to cope with the dry climates. So there it is, flourishing. Here's our picture of the Triassic. There's tons more happening in the Jurassic, so shake out your hands. We're going to cover a lot in just a sec.